And one of the ways to revive that dry season, dry bones is in worship. I think a lot of times we forget that. And worship evokes certain emotions that sometimes sitting down and praying cannot evoke.
It's true.
Let's just be honest.
No,
For me,
fair.
like I'll be listening to a song, I put on a song, and I'm like, whoa, it just sparks something in me. I feel something different, and I start praying. Whereas it's cool to sit down and just pray, but worship does something when you come out of it. It's some refueling system. Welcome back to the Juxtaposition Podcast. I'm your host, Nana with the most, alongside my two lovely co-hosts,
Bernice and Janet.
Wow, guys, welcome back. Our last episode, we didn't have video, we only had audio.
Why do you have to go in like that?
I'm exposing myself to Janet because Janet didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I lost the audio file. I don't know what happened to it. It's not a laughing matter. I don't know what happened to. And the crazy thing is, we weren't using our main camera. We were using a different camera. I don't know what I did with it.
Sabotaged us. That's basically it. He said, I don't want to edit anymore.
No, it wasn't. I was sitting down ready to edit. I was in the laundromat, washing my mom's clothes.
And the laundromat you're editing?
Yeah. Editing? You got to edit everywhere. Laundromat, you wait a long. Laundromat is a great place for you to get things done.
Interesting.
You're waiting.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah, you're waiting for the clothes to wash, dry. So you're at least spending an hour and a half in the laundromat.
Whenever I hear this, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go.
No, I'm just thinking, like, do you ever, like, leave your laundry and then come back and get
Some
it?
people do.
Oh, okay.
Some people do, but
I think I've heard horror stories. Maybe people take out people's laundry. Is that
some people
happen?
do that, but I don't. The one I go to, I don't think people do that. And I go at a certain time of the day, no one's there.
Okay.
But what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say every time you say laundry, but I think of the song by Nivea. No, Nivea. Nivea.
I still don't know that
So
song.
what song is it?
How does it go, Bernice?
Da, 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 da,
I don't know.
da, da.
I wasn't really a fan of hers.
Oh, I love that. It's good.
Yeah.
See, Nana would be picking, anyways, his old self. He would pick a certain song. He didn't really listen to songs like that. He only listened to specific songs.
I think that's just the era that he was in, and maybe the
Don't put that on me. My music palette is very
not wide.
very
Yes,
robust,
it is.
as they would say.
Yes, it is. I listen to white
Rap
music.
and
I
R&B.
listen to R&B.
White music.
I listen to
The fact that you
Contemporary.
said, the fact that you said it's white music, what does
Right?
white music mean?
What does that mean?
Rascal Flats.
What's one of Rascal Flatts'
God
songs?
bless the broken road.
God bless the broken road. And
How does-
Let me to where you are. Others who broke.
It's a head nodding song. It's one of
They
those.
were like northern stars. Yeah. God, that's a good song. That's really a gospel song, low key.
Well, it says God bless the broken road.
And this is gospel.
But he's saying God bless the broken road that led me back to you, which was back to his lover.
Yeah. So
I
who
don't
knows
think
if it
it's
was a
just
God
talking about his
song?
lover. Well, in his lover, we could talk about Jesus Christ.
That's true. You can turn it. You can form it into.
Yeah, God bless the broken road
I'm saying,
and let me stray to you. Yeah, true. He did.
yeah, I was talking about his.
Oh,
I know, but
yeah.
in that conversation, there was nothing. Nothing.
That was like short sentences.
Anyways, let's get back into our episode. Let's. I think we enjoyed talking about like getting into the words. So this week,
Yeah.
what are we talking about, Nana?
Yeah, so this week we're talking about Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 1 to 10. I had the pleasure of leading devotions on Sunday. So it was a part of a devotional book that I had to read and come up with points and stuff like that. So as I read, I'm like, I should bring this to the
So
podcast.
they gave you the what to read, and you just have to kind of.
Yeah, it's a book.
Oh,
and
it's
it
a book.
referenced
Oh,
this
okay.
this verse
Yeah.
or this chapter, and like it was some good points. So I'm gonna read. Everybody, open up your word. I'm gonna read Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 1 to 10. So if you're driving, just hear my voice. I'm the audible. Okay. Also, I'm reading from I'm reading from NLT. Okay, NLT. I'm reading from NLT. So we're gonna start from 1.
I love NLT. Sorry.
Saying
It's like the best version.
a valley of dry bones. Bernice likes KJV.
No, well,
So
Yes.
here he, Jesus come as risen on a donkey.
That's
She
the
likes that.
let's. I know it's a pretty
the best translation,
original
No, yeah, I hear you.
version.
the closest.
I hear you.
But
Hmm.
whatever you understand to understand
Yeah.
the Bible, please
I don't know
read
if
it.
that was
in
trying to be like,
mean.
yeah.
Me? No, I'm
Are
not
you trying to
be
say
mean
like
you.
I'm old or something?
No. I'm not. Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Valley of dry bones. One. Do we want to split this up? Is that what
No,
we
you said you want.
to do?
You want.
I want to read. You do first by verse. and
He's
I'll
the one
do
who said
second.
I
Okay,
want.
I'll
Okay,
do first
fine,
5
no,
verses.
go ahead.
You
Okay.
don't want to read the word?
No, I do. I'm
Oh my
listening.
gosh,
I'm
heathen.
listening.
Okay. The Lord took hold of me, and I was carried away by the Spirit of the Lord to a valley filled with bones. He led me all around among the bones that covered the valley floor. They were scattered everywhere across the ground and were completely dried up. Then he asked me, Son of man, can these bones become living people again? O sovereign Lord, I replied, you alone know the answer to that. Like, that's crazy. Then he said to me, speak a prophetic message to these bones and say, dry bones, listen to the word of the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says. Look, I'm going to put breath into you and make you live again.
I'll put flesh and muscles on you and cover you with skin. I will put your breath into it and you will come to life. Then you will know that I am the Lord. So I spoke to this message just as he told me. Suddenly, as I spoke, there was a rattling noise all across the valley. The bones of each body came together and attached themselves as complete skeleton. Then, as I watched the muscles and flesh form over the bones, the skin formed to cover their bodies, but they still had no breath in them. Then he said to me, speak a prophetic message to the winds, Son of Man. Speak a prophetic message and say, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Come, O breath, from the four winds. Breathe into these dead bodies so they may live again. So I spoke the message as he commanded me, and breath came into the bodies. They all came to life and stood up on their own, a great army.
They cooked. So yeah, the story in this story, like the cliff notes, it can kind of represent, not kind of, it represents like hidden pain, loss, and hopelessness, and how like they're dry bones and it was dead, and God God spoke life into it. And it kind of represents like some people, we could feel like our situations, like faith, our purpose, our relationships feel like dead and empty, but God specializes in reviving what seems to be impossible. And we don't think it's possible, but it seems possible. And sometimes I don't think it's possible. I'm not going to lie. Because there's certain situations where I'm like, I'm fine where this is at. This is okay. I am good. But hearing this story, it's a great analogy to what we can kind of face in our life. So for you guys, have you guys experienced something dead in your life that you want God to revive, or even just seeing other people in your life that you're maybe journeying with them through something that you're trying to speak life into them?
You have something? Okay.
Okay. I guess for me, I was like, oh, I don't know if I should say this, but it's okay. Like, I feel like for my parents, they have faith, but it's kind of can feel like dry bones to me sometimes, because there's like times where there are situations or problems where they say they have faith, but their actions don't align with what they're saying. And so I feel like there's no life in the words that they're saying.
They don't even believe
It doesn't even believe. There's no faith
I don't believe
in those
you.
words, right? So like when you journey along with them, it feels like, okay, yeah, you can feel like, oh, they're believers, or they're believing, or like, their faith is strong, but it's like when you see the outcome of on the other side where it's like they say something but they don't really follow through with it. I kind of think sometimes I'm like, oh, are they ever gonna be people who like say something and they believe it and they stand firm on what they just said, and they But that also just goes back to like reading the word and actually believing it and believing that there's going to be fruit from what you said. We're in our mentorship group. Like I'm in a mentorship group, and they were just talking about how there's oh my gosh, there's two things. Like there's the you reacting, and then there's the declaration part. So reacting is when like you're reacting out of fear and stuff like that. Declaration is like you have the authority over it. Like God has given you authority over it. And so we should be in the declaration phase. And sometimes I think those kind of go hand in hand. Like when you have to be able to declare something, and that means like you believe it's gonna happen. But like the reaction is like just word. It's based off you know, the challenges or what's actually happening. It's not based off your belief system. So yeah, sometimes I find it hard to believe, like, are they ever gonna, believe what they're saying, or, get to that phase where they're in their word and they're like, no, I trust that this is gonna happen, which will also build my faith too. But I think now it's on the reverse end. Sometimes you just have to be the person to pray for the person's faith to grow, and hopefully you planting those seeds will help, get that person to, I don't know, believe. Or you're just a seed planter. Sometimes you don't have the harvest yet, or reap what is sown. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can definitely feel like a bunch of empty words they be saying.
Yeah.
And granted, like, we're human, so a lot of us go through that phases. But also can feel like a cap. They hit a cap with their faith. And as children of our parents, it feels like that's just where their ceiling is. They're not going to exercise some new type of radical faith. This is what it is. They're just living off their parents' faith, living off, I don't know, the husband or wife faith. I see that a lot. And then sometimes I could just feel like that's dry. Like, there's no age limit. I feel like some people put an age limit on, like, on how on fire I can be for God. And I don't want to just direct it towards African parents, but I'll just leave it to African parents because we have African parents.
Yes.
And it just feels like that's it. Like, wherever their faith is at is where their faith is at. But faith without works is dead. So they be saying a lot of things. Let me give some shout out to my mom. She probably not listen to this, but I'll shut her up. My mom has, for years, we've been telling her, eat healthier, eat healthier. She has radically changed her eating habits. I give her that. She is on point. Like, she'll watch it and say, oh, take it home, I'm not going to eat it. Take it home. She'll have quinoa, she'll make quinoa, she'll do all this stuff. So shout out, yo, the dog's yelling. Sorry, guys. But not a fan of dogs. I just want to let you guys know that. But yeah.
And like for me, like the verse, it just goes, we're also just, sorry, I'm learning about fruitfulness and praying. We're praying about fruitfulness, and just the verse of like Psalms 1:3 is like, they are like trees planted along the riverbank, bearing fruit in each season. Their leaves never wither, and they prosper in all that they do. Like, just trying to focus on bearing fruit in each season. Like, each season shouldn't be dry, right? It should be you're bearing fruit in everything that you're doing. So yeah, just going back to having dry bones and believing, like, there can be more to it. Like, you're talking about your mom's faith and like feeling like there's a cap. Like, in every season there should be a renewing of like the faith, and every season there should be fruit in every season. So there shouldn't be like those dry bones, or like feeling like it's barren in that time and in that season. So,
and one of the ways to revive that dry season, dry bones, is in worship. I think a lot of times we forget that in worship evokes certain emotions that sometimes sitting down and praying cannot evoke.
It's true.
Let's just be honest.
No,
For me,
fair.
like, I'll be listening to a song, I'll put on a song, and I'm like, whoa, it just sparks something in me. I feel something different, and I start praying. Whereas it's cool to sit down and just pray, but worship does something when you come out of it. is some refueling system. I don't know, it's like a hyperbolic chamber you come out of, and you feel like those dead things God brings back to life out of it. That's why it's like when you go to church and you can't skip out on the worship phase. I used to go to church. Let me tell you, I used to CCC family. I used to worship will be at 11 to 11:45. I will purposely come at 12 because the sermon will be from 12 to 1. I'm like, I don't need worship. What do I need worship for? I don't need this. I just go into the sermon and that's it. But what people tend to forget is that worship is the appetizer. Worship is as important as the sermon, which people tend to forget. So you coming late is you're missing half of the pie. It's not, you need both hand in hand for it to grow, your walk with Christ to grow. And I had to learn that as I got older, because I've been in ministry for like, I don't know, 10 years. Damn.
Why are you saying
that a bad thing?
Sorry. No, it's not. It's just time flies. But being in ministry, just being in the background of things, especially now, it's like, yo, worship is very important. And I didn't know that. So, yeah.
Sorry, I have more. But like when you're talking about service and how you've been serving in the church for 10 years, I think that's also another way where like dry bones can be brought back to life. A lot of
That's a
people
fact.
don't like serve in the church. People serve in the church. By Pastor Wale Akinshiku, who's the leader
butchered his
of
last name.
House of Praise. Akinshiku.
Yeah. it's okay.
Akinshiku. Yeah. But PWA, he says like once you start serving, don't stop. Like, and that has been on my heart, and that has really been ringing in my ear every single time. Because there's times where I'm like, bro, I'm tired of coming early every day and having to wrangle these kids, and like some leaders are not helping me, and I feel like I'm alone sometimes, and all this stuff, and it's like about me. But it just going back to what he says, it's like once you start in the church, once you start volunteering and ministering, don't stop. And I think that's part of it, right? Because one is where you can get community and counsel. That's one area. And then also like not making the situation about you. Like giving back is like serving other people. So you're less worried about your situation, and at least you feel like you're pouring into him, like his creation and things that he's doing. But yeah, I think that's definitely a place where dry bones, like things maybe you are happening in your home, or maybe thoughts that you're having about yourself, or anything, like someone can speak a word or speak light on your situation, and those bones where maybe it's an unbelief in this area, or it's oh, I'm struggling in this area, or I don't think this is gonna work out, can all be turned to the possible being possible when you thought it was impossible, or something along those lines. So yeah,
That's good.
Yeah.
Sorry, you had something to say, and then you just.
No, I was listening. What was the question?
Oh man, I said like
Like areas of dry, like have I ever experienced something?
Yeah, or have you ever journeyed with someone that was experienced a season like that, and like how did you kind of speak life into them? And
I think in this season there is individuals that feels like there's no hope, all is lost, like they're not going to get out of a situation, and it has to do mostly with like mental health. And usually when I think about like dry bones, situations that come to mind are like sickness, like terminal illnesses, like there's absolutely no hope, there's no way they're going to get out of it, or mental health, those type of situations. That's what comes to mind when I think about dry bones. Obviously there's so many other situations, but I think something that sticks out to me personally with this verse is just like the fact that he asked God, like, well, God asked like Ezekiel, like, can these bones come back to life? And he's like, well, God, only you know that. But the reality is he didn't answer saying yes. So Ezekiel never answered saying yes. He could have just like, he should have. In my mind, I'm like, if somebody asks you like, can these, you're gonna say yes, not like, oh,
Yeah.
only you know that, God. Which is true. He's not wrong. But how I view that, I'm like, I think sometimes we hesitate to believe that there's things that, and we do hesitate to believe that when things seem completely dry, because these bones were dead, like there's no skin, nothing, no flesh, they're bones, to see them come back to life. And so when you're seeing somebody who's struggling with mental health for years, there's a point where you just feel like it's comfortable, it's normal now.
Yeah,
That's what their life is
happens,
going to be
you
like,
know.
and that's how it's going to be, and they're not going to get out of it. You just have to deal with it and go through the motions of those situations. But when you read this verse, it's like he gave Ezekiel the power to prophesy over the bones, because God could have just easily put them all together and bring them back to life, but he gave Ezekiel the power to speak, which to me says that God, it's a partnership, right? And he doesn't just do things without our input in terms of doing it together with us. Um, so it's like a lot of the things that we want to come back to life requires our voices. And that's where it comes with prayer. You can't sit silent and just watch your situation go by. There's an acronym called PUSH. It's like push means pray until something happens. Oftentimes we get to the point of prayer where we're just like, well, I prayed for 2 weeks now and I don't see anything changing. I've applied for all these jobs. Like, it's sometimes even my situation for work. I'm like, I applied for all these jobs. God, I prayed. I've been fasting. I've been serving. I've been worshiping. I've done all you told me to do. And it doesn't seem like anything's happening. But it's like he gives us the power to speak over those things. And remember, it's not just against flesh and blood. We're fighting against spiritual principalities and all of these dark forces that we cannot see physically. So you can imagine the forces that are fighting against that open door, that opportunity. So that moment you stop praying, then you just give him a little another chance to keep pushing against you. So I don't know if I'm really answering the question,
No,
but
you did.
I just think, like, when it
Cook.
comes to like situations that are dead, it requires us to participate in what God already has said he will do.
Yeah.
Right? You have to agree and align yourself with what he has spoken in the word. It's not one of those things like he's like, he told him prophesy over these things. So you have to follow through what God is telling you to do.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah, no, the spiritual realm is real.
it is, and I
Know
think
why?
it's yeah.
Go.
No, say you're serious,
No.
right? No, I'm gonna say something.
Why you're gonna do something?
No, I mean it's real because Kenneth, our friend Kenneth, he was on TTC and the lady was saying like derogatory terms, like yelling on the train or the streetcar, like, "So this is like this person's bothering me," and then Kenneth had to go to the person and say, can you please, like, you have to stop yelling. No, then tell this person to stop yelling at me. And then Kenneth's like, who, what person? Like, and I'm like, Kenneth, like, it's real, bro.
They're
I'm telling
fighting it.
you,
They're fighting it for real, for real.
No.
Like,
So
working in mental health, they're
if
fighting
they're
it for real.
experiencing that, what do you not think that the spiritual realm is not real?
Yeah.
The devil has his own kingdom. Now, the devil doesn't have that much power to have, like, authority over us like that. Like, the devil had to go to God about Job. Hey, can I do this? Go do this, but don't ruin him and all that stuff. So can't give him too much credit. But yeah, that's what I want to.
He definitely can.
Yeah, I just think, like, I mean, yeah, we're fighting against so many different types of things, and not just physically, but also spiritually. But yeah, I think we just, as believers, need to find ourselves in the word a lot more. And we keep saying this all the time. Like, we hear it all the time, but it's the point where it's that holy fear of, like, okay, I need God. I need him. No matter what, I feel like I need him. No matter where it feels like, oh, I can do this, I need him. I'm sorry. Like, it's not a matter of a want. It's a desperate need, because a lot of the things we're fighting against, it cannot be by our own strength. And if you don't know the word, you can't fight against something that you don't have no idea of how to, like, God sees everything. And I was just doing a devotional with someone today, and it talks about, like, how God knew us before he even laid the foundation of the world. Like, he considered all things. He said, let me consider creation first, like my people, before I even form the world of where they're going to live and how to sustain them. He's like, I'm thinking about you guys first, and then I'm going to create a space for you where you can live and breathe and be fruitful and multiply. And so it's like, if you have no idea that this God that is so big and so great You have no idea who he is. He's the only one who knows how to fight all these battles that you're facing, right? And so just important just to know your word and know what God is telling you to do and do it. Follow through. Because Ezekiel did. He could have just looked at God and be like, these things are dead. Like,
I know.
it's dead.
I said that too. As a Christian, just reading the story, I'm like, this one's a hard one to. Sometimes it can be hard to believe. Like,
right?
I'm imagining, because I envision it. Just sitting in the desert, dry bones everywhere, and I'm just having this conversation with God, and it just comes together like it's Halloween Town. Like, what?
Like,
Like, yo,
he's telling you,
crazy, bro.
he's telling you, yeah, I see all these bones, they're gonna come back to life, but I need you to prophesy first. You're
like-
probably looking like, are you sure about that? Like, what do you mean, like,
telling
come
you,
together?
bro.
Like,
Our
are you
minds
s-
can't,
like, that's what I'm,
can't
yeah, it can't
Can't
comprehend.
comprehend.
So,
and it's sometimes, once again, it's the mystery of God's power
yeah.
that we just have to sometimes be blind to
Mm-hmm.
whatever we physically see in front of us to be able to believe for
Yeah.
what he wants for it to happen.
Yeah, sometimes I can struggle with, like, this situation. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I can also confuse with, like, it is written. This is what God has.
That's what I was gonna say too. I was gonna like,
Mhm.
there could be a point where God is saying, no, it's a closed door.
Yeah.
And then there's a point where he's like, no, it's not. It's not
Mm.
dead.
Yes.
But then it's like, how do you know which one's
decipher
which?
that?
But
Yeah.
then that comes with actually like being
Yeah.
still and knowing that he's God,
Yeah.
being still in his presence to hear his voice and not turn it off because you're just like, well, God, I've tried for so long and clearly it's just is not gonna work.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's like, okay.
He
And
says
other times
no.
he's really trying to build your character and your faith.
Yeah. And sometimes you just won't know.
Mhm.
You just have to
you
wait on it.
you just have to wait on it.
Are you okay
You have to
with waiting?
kava. But waiting actually, kava means to, like, when people say wait, I was listening to this thing on YouTube and it was explaining the meaning of waiting. But it's like intertwining your weakness with God. It's like a rope.
Mm.
And it's like you're intertwining your strength and you're intertwining what like your weakness is and you're intertwining it together. So God is covering you. Like you're twisting it. It's like a rope, right? And that's what when you're waiting, it's like you're waiting on the Lord's strength, you're not just idle, like, okay, God, here I am.
Yeah.
But it's him working in your life as you're waiting. So
Waiting is wise.
Waiting is wise. And yeah. And just I think, oh my gosh, now I lost my train of thought.
sorry.
Well, I can say it again. Waiting is wise because this world wants us to rush into making decisions. And sometimes sitting with a thought for as long as you need it till you hear from God is wise instead of acting irrationally. Is that the right word?
Impulsively too.
Impulsively on a decision that can possibly cost you your life and hinder you and make you take 10 steps back when you low-key should be like in your 2026 version. Now you went back to 2010.
Or you're just staying in the same place. You're delaying.
Yeah.
Delaying the blessing.
Yeah.
So
But I
that's
think
one of my fears.
what
It's just making
Wrong
making
decisions.
the wrong decision.
He redeems, he restores.
But then that's that. But
Redeems time too.
yes, is so yeah.
No time is lost.
I think everybody fears making poor.
Yeah, but
bad
there's
I know,
some,
but then
there's
they'll make
decisions
any
that will make
decisions.
you lose some time.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
a fact.
But the Lord will always bring back.
I mean, but the
You
thing
know.
is, like, if you're
I mean, that's a good point.
abiding in
always
him, he's not gonna let you make a choice that will delay you 10 years.
I know, but let's say I have a moment where I'm not abiding him. It's very possible.
That's true.
It
Not
is-
saying that's what happened. I'm just saying.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if that fear is like, it's a fear that could be overcome if you consistently abide in him, because that's a fear of yours, which obviously is not the spirit of God, but it's a fear of like, okay, God, I don't want to make a decision that will derail what you want to do in my life. So you will consistently be in his presence.
Yeah. Or it could look like a good opportunity and the person on the other side or whatever the decision is a God decision. Like the decision on the other side is still like backed by God. Like a job that's a Christian job
Yeah.
or a relationship she's Christian
Mhm.
or like opportunity that's Christian, it still can be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it goes back to staying in word, abiding.
Abide
Yeah.
in the Holy Spirit. We should talk about that next time.
Yeah.
Abiding by God, but abiding with and in God. But yeah, I think let these dry bones prophesy to these dry bones. You need to use
Declare.
We need a
Declare.
fresh wind.
Speak.
yes.
Speak over your life daily.
Pour your spirit out. And there's a lot of dry bone songs.
Yeah.
So there is.
We do need a fresh wind though. We need a fresh wind in all of our lives, I think.
In every area of our lives.
Yeah.
So
Just
whatever.
blowing my ear, God, like Lance Stevenson.
Okay, before we go, let's Did you say blow in my ear like who?
Lance Stevenson.
Who's that?
Real ones know. Basketball players will know. That terminology is.
Oh. Before we go, let's leave our audience with something that they can take away from reading the scripture that you taken away from it. One thing. One thing.
Well, I can give you three, but I won't
I need
elaborate.
one.
Why?
Just pick one.
Okay, ask God to deliver what dead areas are in your life.
Mm.
That's very important.
Ask God
Ask God to
deliver. Use deliver.
ask God to reveal. Did I say deliver?
Yeah, I think you said deliver.
Ask God to reveal the dead areas
The
in your
dead
life.
areas in your life. That
Ask
is-
God to reveal the dead areas in your life.
Mhm.
You need to go to the gym, go to the gym. Get up. Go.
Mhm.
Be a woman, be a man.
Okay, Janet.
From the verse, so I spoke this message just as he told me. Suddenly, as I spoke, there was a rattling noise. When God speaks, things move. And when you speak, you're partnering with him and his vision.
Amen to
That's
that.
more than one sentence.
Sorry. Was, but we gonna let it be.
I like that though.
Something that they can take away from this. Janet kind of took what I was gonna say.
I like the
Um,
rattling verse. It's pretty nice.
As much as we think God is the one who is not, let me not say it like that. God is in control, but he is waiting for us to partner with him. So you need to speak when he calls you to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Speak when he calls you to speak.
Okay. I like that.
Anyway, yes, and that is all.
I hope you enjoyed the episode, guys.
I hope you learned something. Go read Ezekiel 37, the whole thing from 1 to
Yeah. And you go back.
the 1 to I think 20
Yeah.
something. There's more to it, but I think that is important about reviving those dry bones and asking God, like he said, reveal those areas of your life that are dry and that need to be revived. If it's a dream, a vision,
Mm-hmm.
relationship, a job, the hope.
Mm-hmm.
So you already know what you need to do. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, X, Threads. You name it.
There.
We are there. We are there. Okay. And if this really blessed you, please go ahead and share it with someone and invite them to watch along or listen along. And that's all. We'll see you guys on the next
Yeah,
episode.
I'm gonna go watch NBA, guys.
Bye.
Oh, Raptors.
Peace.